Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Niclix. In this video, I'm going to explain you the basic concepts of CSS3, how CSS3 tags are being used to create gradients, to create animations, to create a lot of effects that CSS2 can't do. So there are ample number of effects that you can implement in your CSS3, including your borders, gradients, then your background images, your border images, and animation keywords, and a lot more. So in this single video, I'm going to explain all the concepts of CSS3. So starting with the first one, the first file, I'm going to create an internal style sheet for the quick reference. I'm going to create the style as A1. Its width is 200 pixel, height is again 200 pixel, background color is yellow, and animation name is a keyword, is a property. So I can define here as animation name as ABC, and animation duration will be 2 seconds. So if you want to declare an animation, you have to use the syntax, the predefined syntax of keyframes. Keyframes is a predefined, you can say it's a keyword or it's a property by which you can declare your animation. Whatever the name you have specified over here, you need to specify it over here. So keyframes ABC, bracket open close. We can say here as from background color, it's yellow to background color as blue. I'm going to create a div over here. Let's say div class a1, and if I'm going to run this open in browser, so basically what it is doing is it is basically you're changing the a1 is your class, and which is right now having width and height as 200, the background color as yellow, animation name as abc, and duration as 2 seconds. So ABC is the animation, it will be coming to this part, and here it will be executing from background color yellow because we have a color yellow on the base, and to background color blue. So it will be converting from yellow to blue within the duration of 2 seconds. If I'm going to say here as 5 seconds, it will be converting yellow to blue in 5 seconds, and after converting it to the 5 seconds, when the 5 seconds finish, it is moving to the its base element, its base color. So in this way, you can just do a simple animation in your CSS3. So moving to the next part, let's type me here as second.html. So width 200, height 200, and background color we can say as yellow. We can say here as example. Duration we can say here as 5 seconds, and animation you can say iteration count. Let's use iteration count over here. Iteration count, it is 3. From and to we have used, and now we can use as percentage. So we can divide a file in uh, the percentage. Minimum value is 0 and the maximum value is 100. So I can define here when it is going to start, background color should be yellow, and margin left will be 0 and margin top will be 0. So when it goes to 30%, its background color will be red. Margin left, I can move it to let it be as 200 pixel, and margin top I can move it to margin top I can move to 200 pixel as well. So moving to the next part, we can go here as 100%. So background color will be pink, and margin left will be you can say here as 0 pixel, and we can say I can just move my margin top as 600 pixel. So let's run this. Right click, open in browser, and I think something wrong is there. So animation name is example. I have written here as example. I have not changed the animation name over here. So div class is A1. It's going to run. So in this way, it start on moving. I can just put its size to some minimum extent so that it should be covered in one. So here it goes. We can say here as 600 instead of 600, I can do it as 500. So I can just animation duration I can do here as 2 seconds. So here it goes. So what does it mean? How does it work? It's basically runs for 3 seconds, and in the 3 second, its width is 100 pixel, height 100 pixel. At the zero, at the initial level, it's yellow, margin left zero and margin top zero. So right now, and when it comes to 30%, the background color should be red. So when it comes to here, background color is red and margin left is 200 pixel, 200 from this left screen, and the 200 pixel is from top. So here it will be like it will be fixing over here, and in the 100% it's background color pink, margin left zero. Margin left zero means it will be a zero and a margin top of 500 pixels. So this all 0 to 100% animation will be run in the duration of 2 seconds. And iteration count 3 means it will be running for 3, it will be run in 3 times. It will be run in 3 times it will be running from 0 to 100. So duration is 2 seconds, iteration count is 3. And if we look upon this, then 0 to 30% will take less time. Let's say we can have here as 10%. So see how 0 to 10% is going in a quick manner, a very quick way it is going, and from 10% to 100% it is taking some time. So 0 to 10 it's a quick, and to 10 to 100 it's a little bit late because it is dividing this 2 seconds in this all 3 percentage. So 0 to 10 will take less time, and 10 to 100 will take more time in 2 seconds. So this was all about your the iteration count and your percentage animation. You can define your animation with percentage. So moving to the next part, we can just here I can do as an example, we can just create as background color red duration, and we can say here as we can save here as third.html. The animation name is example. That's look great. The 4 second iteration count should be 4, and I can put here as border radius at 50%. So whenever you can set your border radius at 50%, whatever the rectangle would be there. So by default, it's a div is a rectangle. If I put here width 100, height 100, it will becoming a rectangle. But if I have put here as border radius 50%, so right now it will be becoming a circle. So border radius 50% will help in creating a circle instead of rectangle. So here I can go here as from we can say as background color as red, and the border radius right now I am having 50% with me. So two we can say here as background color as green, and also the border radius will be my 0. So let's see what's happening in animation text. So here it will be converting from rectangle to circle. So the first time and the second time and the third time. I think I have assigned iteration count as 3, so it will be working for 3 times. So definitely it is working for 3 times. So this is a small assignment that we have just performed. So there is an assignment for you people, for you all people guys are that you have to do this rotate this circle in your clockwise direction. First it will be go in this side, then it will be moving in this side, then it will be coming in this side and in this corner. So right now it is in top left corner. You have to create an animation by which this circle will be coming in top right corner, then it will be coming in bottom right corner, and then it will be coming to bottom left corner. Then it will be comes to your top left corner. So you can just like create an animation by which you can just like put create an animation so that this circle can revolve in all corners. So you can check out that onto your own. So I'm going to move further. So for HTML now I'm going to create some we have some tags of border and box shadow. So A1, so I can say here width is equals to 100 pixel, height equals to 100 pixel, you can say here as border radius. If I'm going to put the border radius as 35 pixel, so A1 I can create here the three divisions, so A2 and A3. So background color here I can put here as red, and in A2 I can put here the color to my pink, and in A3 I can put here the color as green. So here in border radius, this one I can put here as 50%, and you can specify individual border position, border radius to each and every element separated by your space. So 20 pixel, 40 pixel, 10 pixel, and 100 pixel. So let's see the output, what it has been presenting. Oh, it's looking great. So I have specified here as A2, so this one. So let's see, like this is width 100 pixel and height 100 pixel. We can do here as 200 pixels, so that like it looks even more impressive and it becomes more clear. So A1 is having the div class as A1, so width is 200 pixel, height 200 pixel, and border radius is 35 pixels. So if I have given the border radius 35 pixel, it is basically doing around from all the direction, which includes 35 pixel border radius. So moving to the second part, its border radius is 50%, so it's become circle, as I have told you in my earlier topic, that if you are going to put a border radius of 50%, the div here will be becoming to circle. So in the third one, if I'm putting the border radius as 20 pixel, 20 pixel is going to set in my top left corner, the first argument. The second argument is going to set at top right corner, this one. The third one is the top bottom right corner, this one, and that 100 pixel is the bottom left corner. So it's moving in a clockwise direction. So you can specify the border radius from one by one to each and every corner of your div. So this was all about your border radius. So moving to the next part, we are going to start with your shadow part. So we have some shadows, like I can create a multiple elements over here, so that we can clear up with the things. Let's say it's S1. We can say here as shadow effect 1, and moving to the next part, it should be 2, 3, and we can say here as 4. So to this P1 shadow effect P1, and it should be a by default shadow, and 2 and 3. So P2 and P3. So shadow effect 1, it should be 2, it should be 3, and it should be a box shadow 1, box shadow 2, and box shadow 3. So moving like quick to the coding part, we can say here as text shadow, let it be 2 pixel red, and we can say just right click open browser. So right now I am having a shadow on my first h1. It's text shadow 2 pixel and red. So what does this define? The 2 pixel basically define is 2 is your x-axis. For example, I'm going to set its second argument as 0, and first argument I am going to specify as 20 pixels. So my shadow is being moved 20 pixel from the left part. The x-axis part is defined by the first argument. It is going in the left part, and if I'm going to do is as 0, and here if I'm going to do as 20 pixel, it will be coming in a down part. So y is your the second argument is the y pixel, the y-axis, and the first one is your x-axis. So if we are going to move it a little slider, like 2 pixel from left and 2 pixel from the top, then it is going to come in this effect. So this is, in this way you can apply your text shadow on your text. So moving to the next part, it's a text shadow. It's 0. I'm going to move in the left section, 0, I'm going to move from the top section. I'm going to fade this at the background. So here it goes. It's moving in a like it's glowing from the back end. So it is basically your text shadow which is glowing from the back end. You can specify the color over here, whatever you color want to give, and I can specify here as black, green, whatever you want to give over here. So it's blue. So blue color has been specified, and how much you want to fade this. If you are going to fade this in the linear quantity, then a little like the effect that will be you can say behind your text, so that will be existing. And this the zero pixel is I'm not moving my shadow to the left section and the top and in the bottom section. So this is all about your the third argument which I have introduced in the S2 class. Then moving to the S3 class, I can say here as if I want to apply the two shadow over here. For example, if I'm going to apply 10 pixel from x-axis, 0 pixel from y-axis, and it should be 1 pixel, the fading effect and the green color. And separated by the comma, I'm going to do as 0 pixel from x-axis, 10 pixel from y-axis, 1 pixel will be fading and the blue color. So let's start. See, the 10 pixel is from x-axis, the 10 pixel is from x-axis, 0 pixel y-axis, it's not coming down, and 1 pixel is the fading. We can say here as 0 pixel, so it will be visible clear. So if I'm going to do as 4 pixel, it's again fading. So 2 pixel, I think it's a good way. So 2 pixel and the green color has been there. 0 pixel is from x-axis, so x-axis is not going to move down. Blue color, 10 pixel is your y-axis has been moving down, and the blue color. So in this way, you can specify your multiple shadow on the text. Moving to the next part, it's box shadow. If I'm going to give a box shadow, basically text shadow is mostly applied to the text, whereas box shadow is applied to divisions. So I can specify here a division with width as 100 pixel, its width as 100 pixel, height as 100 pixel. I can apply here as background color red, and the upper color is white. I can define here as box shadow. It should be 2 pixel and 2 pixel. So by default, the box shadow will be having the color of black. So H1 class is B1. So width is 100 pixel, height is 100 pixel, background color is red, color is white, and the box shadow is 2 pixel, 2 pixel black. So here comes your shadow. We can just specify its width to some more so that it becomes visible. So this is the shadow that has been falling with your box shadow. And if you are going to specify its color, we can specify the color in the B2 part. And instead of black, I want to give some green color. So here the shadow comes with the green color. So you can specify the color over here. If you are not going to specify the black color, then nothing will be shown. And if you are going to specify this, the particular color is being shown in the box shadow. So moving to the B3 part, we can also specify the shadow in the manner so that it can move to the right direction as well as top direction. Right now we have a shadow that has been moving in the left section, in the right section, and in the bottom section. So if you want to make a shadow that is moving in the left section and up in the top, what we are going to do here is I can just put a minus sign over here. So minus 10 pixel, so minus 10 pixel. So what does this augment does in shadow? This augments moves my shadow to the right section, but I have specified here as minus, so it's going to move my shadow in the left section. And in the second augments, mostly in the case of shadow, it's moving my shadow to the down, but instead of minus 10, it's moving my shadow in the topmost direction. So if I'm going to refresh this, the shadow has been moving 10 pixels to left and the shadow is moving 10 pixels to the top because I have specified it as minus 10. So instead of going further, it's going backward. So in this way, you can implement your shadow part moving to the next part, it's a gradient maker. So how you can make a gradient in your Css3. So here is a 6 file. I can just specify like S1. I can pick up this file only. So moving to apply gradients on your like divisions or any your tag. So first of all, I'm going to declare some styles. Let it be background color. So RGBA, it's 0. I'm going to explain you in my upcoming video. Sorry, in my this video, and it's F1. We can define here as F2. We can define here as background color. We can define here as background. It should be linear gradient. Which gradient you need to specify? You need to define here red and yellow. So I'm going to copy this and a quick paste. So F2, it's F3, and it's F4. I can specify here as tag to left. So to top, to left, to bottom, to right, whatever you want to give over here. So pink, cyan, magenta, whichever color you want to give over here. And moving to the next part, we can say here as F4 and F5. I'm going to say here as quick F1 changes over here. So F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. So this need to, by default, it will be covering my division part, and I can say here as width. So gradient demo. So I'm going to just copy paste this, and let's look into how it's been generated. So the first one is F1, and in the F1, the first one is background color. It's RGBA. R means red, G means green, B means blue, and A means alpha. See, every color have a range between 0 to 255. The minimum range is 0 and the maximum range is 255. So to the red color, I have given the range as 0, means the red will not be existed. Green, I have specified its range as 255. So the green maximum color it is going to display. And B means blue, means I have to specify its blue color. Blue color it's also 0. And A is your alpha, and how much the color density I need to put over here, I need to specify. Its range is between 0.1 to 1. 1 is the 100% and 0.1 is your 10%. So how much green color you need to show? You need to show a 50% strength of green color, so only the 50% will be appearing. And if you want to show the 100%, you can specify here as 1, so 100% green color will be shown. So in this way you can specify your red green color. If I'm going to zero this one, and I need to specify 255 for the first argument, so red color will be shown in its full strength. If I'm going to show here as 100, so a bit dark red color is being shown, and if I'm going to keep here as 0, a black color will be shown. So in this way you can specify the color according to your own requirement. So next one is the background linear gradient. There is a tag called linear gradient in your CSS3 in which you can specify your two colors, red and yellow. By default, it will be coming in a linear part. The red will be the first gradient, and the latter one will be the yellow. So in this way you can specify. You can specify through the direction, which direction you want to give the color. It's red. Red is been starting over here because I have specified it to the two left. So red color will be in the right side and the yellow will be moving to the left side. If I'm going to say here as two right, so red will be on the left and the yellow will be on the right. So two top and two bottom are the two tags also that is going to convert your like gradient in the upper direction or in the down direction. So moving to the next part, you can specify multi-level, multi-colors in your gradient. So in this way you can specify. So moving to the next part, we have two properties more in this. So I can just finish out that one also. So I can specify here as F6 and here F7. I'm going to just copy this and going to paste this. So F6 I can specify here as width 200 pixel, height 200 pixel, and we can say here as border radius as 50% in order to convert it into the you can say circle. So radial gradient, and you can specify here as a color. You can say here as it's ellipse, what type of color you want to specify, red and yellow. So the first one is ellipse, so it's becoming the ellipse. We can just specify some more colors here in order to make some like a good effect. So radial gradient, it's ellipse and f6 I have given to this one. So and the next one is your circle, and we can specify here as circle, and we can change its height as 100 pixel in order to make it clear what type of effect it will be giving. So here is circle, and here is your I can specify here as f7. So moving to the f7, so this one is your circle and this one is your ellipse. So if I'm going to compare this, so ellipse is in your X shape because I have given same width and height to both the divisions, and here I'm using radial gradient property of CSS3, and in the first document I have specified here as ellipse. So an egg shape like your circle will be gradient circle will be created in your division, and here I have specified a circle. So rather your the division or the element of your HTML is in whatever shape it is having right now. The specified lead radial gradient will be coming in your circle part, regardless of your shape. So this is ellipse, it's coming in the ellipse part, and this is a circle that have equal, you can say, radius in all the direction. So this was all about your gradients, and moving to the next part, we have some techniques for applying images into your this Css3. So how we can apply some images? Let's do some homework in order to apply these images. So I'm going to do here as I can specify here as div class abc, and we can write here as something text as the cute brown uh, fox jumps right over the lazy dog. So dot abc, we can specify here as like we can specify here as the tag as background image. It should be a url, whatever the url you want to give over here. I can specify here as I have some two folders name, two file names, one.png and two.png. So I can specify here as one.png, and in the like separated by the comma variable, sorry, the comma. So I can specify here as second of image property, the second image you want to display to your this background. So I can specify here as width equals should be 400 pixel and height should be 400 pixels, so that image should be like implemented in that particular part only. And we can specify here as a background position. First of all, to specify the background position, I need to just reduce its size so that it's looks something, adjustable. So I can just resize it to the pixel. Right now it's having the 840 pixel. I can resize it to the 200 pixel. So one is being resized, and the second one is your, I think it is already resized. So the first and second. Now, if I'm going to refresh this, I'm going to say here as the background repeat. It should be a no repeat followed by a comma. So again, it's no repeat. So this is right now my position. I'm going to here check as the first one you can say here as it's top left, and the second one should be in the bottom right. So here your image comes. I can specify something like a bigger one. Let it be 600 by 600. So in order your images should be looking nice, and we can specify its border as well. So solid 2 pixel the color. So it's here is my border, and I can also specify here the padding part. Let it be padding 40 pixel. So padding is right now the 40 pixel. So we can specify here as 500 500 so that it looks something like a nice one. So background image 1.png, 1.png is being displayed. It's no repeat. If I'm going to repeat this, it's going in the repetitive mode. So I'm not going to repeat this. So no repeat. And same is in the case of 2.png. 2.png is coming that way. The no repeat, if I'm going to remove this, it's going to be repeated part. So background position, the first one is top left, separated by the comma. The second image position has been there. So 1.png will be placed in the top left corner of your the desired area, and the 2.png will be placed in the bottom right of your desired area. So width is 500, height is 500, width is 500, height is 500. The border is solid 2 pixel and black. So this is the black color border that is being associated with the the division part, and the paddings of 40 pixel. You have, if you notice that the text and the border is having a space of 40 pixel from the top as well as left as well as right and the bottom. So in this way, you can specify your image onto your the files in your CSS3. So moving to the next part, we have something we can specify here as 8.html, and we need a division. So ABC is a division right now. What I'm going to attach here is I need to attach here a border image. So border, it should be a solid, it should be a 20 pixel, and we can specify its color as triple zero. So if I'm going to open this, I have a border like with the I can specify its padding as 30 pixel. So right now there is a border of 20 pixel that is a little black. I can just put it into the some light color. What I need is I need an image in my border. So border image is a tag by which you can specify your image. We have some two images with me, one.png, and we can specify it's 40 and round. So if I'm going to just run this, open in browser. So you need a border image has been attached to your border, and we have an image, this one. So this image has been applied to the border. So it's basically the in the repetitive mode, because I have specified here the tag as round, so it's been implemented in the round mode. If I'm going to stretch, like we can say here as 10, so it will be implementing in the round mode, but it is implementing far away from each other. So the image will be stretched mode, and if I'm going to say here as 40, and we can say here as round, so in this way it's going to be placed. And if I'm going to say here as stretch, so stretch will just place one image in your whole border. So it's basically a one image. If you're going to stretch this, it's going to place a one image. If I'm going to just round this, so it will create a multiple images in your this border area of your CS of your division tag. So in this way you can implement the border image in your various CSS tags. So moving to the last topic of my CSS3, we have some text effects in CSS3. I have typed a quick file in front of you so that we are not wasted with the time in typing and all these things. So we have an H1 with a class S1, H2, H1 with a class S2, 3, 4, and 5. So these five elements have been there. So to dot S1, I have been applying as white space no wrap. So what does white space no wrap does? So I have a width of 180 pixel to my division and overflow hidden. So what width 180 pixel and overflow hidden will be doing is that after the width of 180 pixel, whatever the text is being outside 180 pixel will be hidden because I have applied overflow hidden also in my division. So width is 180 pixel and overflow is hidden. So after 180 pixel, the text will be hidden. And if I am going to remove white space no wrap, the text will be shifted in my next line. So white space no wrap uh, will make the text to be appeared in one line only as compared to shifting it to the next line. So by default, if I am not going to put this property as text overflow clip, by default it is clipped only, because whenever the text is being passed by the width specified, as the text is overflow hidden, as we have also applied the property of overflow hidden. So the text is not going to be text is not going to be seen. So if I'm going to apply here as text overflow clip or not, its effect will not be there, because by default the text overflow clip property is being implemented. So moving to the S2 property, white space no wrap, width is 180 pixel, the overflow hidden. Here in the case of clip, I have used here as ellipsis. So what is ellipsis means? That if your text is more than your width, it will place a triple dot sign over there. So the difference between clip and ellipsis is that clip is just going to cut all the text, but ellipsis is going to show you the three dots, means it is having a text beyond the division. So this is basically the difference between your clip and ellipsis. So moving to the next part, the S1 hover. The hover is the pseudocode class. So S1 hover. So by moving an S1, my cursor, mouse cursor on the division S1 as well as S2, my overflow that is hidden will be changed to overflow visible. So as I am going to move my cursor on this text and this S1 and S2 division, my text will be overflow visible. It will be visible. So moving to the next part, the S3. In the S3, I have written this one, word wrap text effect. So in this property, I have written as word wrap break word, because I have not implemented any white space no wrap, because as I have not implemented white space no wrap, so the text is being shifted to the next line as it encountered the end of the division. So word wrap break word. What this is going to do is it is going to break my this word into the two part, because text T is my one word, so it has break my word into the two parts. So next property is word break break all. It is going to, I have specified the width as 110 pixel. It has break my every word. So the THA is being broken, the room one by one is being broken. So it is going to break my all words as my width end is being encountered. So there is also property of word wrap keep all. Keep all will be going to keep all the elements, but if there is a bigger text than 100 pixel, it is going to break. So in this case, in the break all case, all the words have been broken. In the keep all case, it is going to keep all your text within your division width. So this was all about your CSS3. So I hope you like my video. Do subscribe to my channel if you want all the latest updates and tutorials of programming and technical knowledge. And do subscribe and like my videos. Thanks for watching my video.